So if folks in the audience here haven't had an opportunity to put on a headset and experience VR, it's really difficult to kind of get your head around it because it's a very experiential.
Why don't we ask the audience? Oh, I've got this thing working. How many of you have experienced virtual reality? Wow.
That's phenomenal.
That is really amazing. All right, so now you can talk to them about it.
Yeah, I mean that looked like 90% of the people in the room, which is the first time, frankly, I've been sitting in front of an audience where it's been that's really great. So yeah, so one really killer project that I think it's apropos to talk about the Gnomes and Goblins project that we're developing with John Favreau. I think for those of you who were here this morning, he gave us a little nod. And that's an example of how the medium is really captivating the minds of some of the greatest creative minds of our time. And I still remember when John, over a year ago, came over to the studio, and he at the time was working on Jungle Book with Andy Jones, who is the animation director on Jungle Book. And Andy and I go way back, and we have been working on virtual reality projects and film projects for a long time. And we shared with John his first VR experience of one of our projects called The Blue, which is an underwater experience. And perhaps some of you folks have actually seen it. So a giant blue whale swims across your space. And within a few minutes of John having that experience, he took off the headset and he said, "This is it. This is going to be the next screen." And he, we then launched right into a multi-hour conversation where he engaged with all of his curiosity and imagination into exploring what the potential of this new medium is. And interestingly, rather than taking a live action approach using traditional cameras, he was quite captivated with the interactive qualities and dimensions of VR. And so he started sketching this whole world and fantasy and of this whole, almost like a Disney-esque a universe that he has in mind. And we started to work together in the lab. He came over regularly on a weekly basis. We put a team together, and we now have kind of our first tasting spoon of the experience, which we recently launched. So if you have access to an HTC Vive, we have a free demo that's available, and it's really hard to explain, as I said, but we really focused on how can we make you feel like you are part of the story, where as a viewer, you're not passively taking the experience as it passes by you, but you're actively engaged in the story and in the outcomes. And so that sort of launched into a whole set of technical challenges, because of course, these are digital characters and actors, these are not human performers behind the camera. And so we have to build all kinds of artificial intelligence systems to make the characters believable and responsive to you. But I think John and the team at Vevr are all really happy with what we've done so far.
So you talked